What's going on, guys? Thank you again for tuning back in. Here I got you guys another video in preparation for our Civic project that is currently down due to a mix of oil and coolant in its engine. We're preparing to tear this apart also. In the meantime, we got this nice looking block straight out of the junkyard. It came out of a running TSX. Hopefully it hasn't been abused throughout the years. It was a high mileage engine. That's why I went ahead and decided to not just throw it in like this. I'm gonna go ahead and do a refresh. So I'm gonna get pistons, rods, and bearings. So probably by the looks of it, just a light hone, measure clearances, and we're going to put it back together. I'm gonna go ahead and start with blocking some passages and probably covering the top. And I want to go ahead and give it a good scrub since it's together right now. And let's go ahead and do that. So as you guys see it, I also have you guys a diagram so you can see the components that are going to be coming out. So now without any further ado, let's get busy. So I went ahead and cover it a little bit. I don't really want to get too much of I have some brake cleaner and some other stuff that I'm going to be using. I just want to clean the outside a little better before I take it apart. It's really caked up back here where the front of the engine is. But we'll see. And we're back. So I just wanted to give it a quick wash, kind of get rid of the big accumulations of grease and dirt, etc. So this is where we're at right now. Now the next step will be to go ahead and remove the oil pan. Start there. This is the sequence. Let's get it. So after taking all the bolts out, I kind of had to go around and get in between the block and the oil pan, and gently with a screwdriver, or I was using a putty knife too. I think it's ready to come out. Here we can see that this engine still has the stock K24 oil pump. In comparison to the K21, it's huge. It's balance shafted. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the front, removing the tensioners. Let's get this tensioner off. Here comes one tensioner. Now that we got this side out, let's take this bad boy out. So now, as you guys can see, with the tensioners off, there's slack in the chain, but it's not enough to get the oil pump off. So we're gonna have to unbolt it, tilt it off to be able to get it off here. Now let's get this oil pump out of here. We are definitely not going to be using this oil pump due to the fact that in this engine over here, there is a K20 oil pump already. So we are definitely gonna get rid of this trash. Here we have it, guys. A stock balance shaft K24 oil pump. It is heavy as fuck. Here we have our first visual inspection of the inside of the engine. So now that we have it open, we're going to proceed to take the baffles out, and then we're going to follow this nice diagram that is going to show us the sequence for the bed plate or main girdle. I broke them out, broke them loose with the ratchet, and I'm just gonna pull them all out with the impact. So after I got all those 12 mils from the outside and some in the inside of the main bed plate, I noticed that my engine stand was actually attached to the bed plate, so it didn't matter what I did, it was not gonna come off. So I had to readjust the engine stand to be able to remove the bed plate. So here we're gonna use this handy diagram to use the correct loosening sequence for the main caps. So I got all the bearing caps, all the bearing cap bolts off. So now we just gotta pull the bed plate off. It's a Honda bond to the block, so we're gonna have to finesse it out. If you can see in here, there are this cutout slots. There's one on the front of the engine right below the water pump, and then there is one back here where you can use a tool. I used the screwdriver and just pretty much pry it up, and she's pretty much loose and ready to come out. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but the crankshaft so far looks really good. And then if we look at the bearings on the bed plate, there's wear in them. Nothing too alarming. So I've been looking at this rod bolts, and I don't think I have a socket for them. So I'm gonna have to run to the store and get something for that. So I'm back from the store and I could not find any. It's actually been a couple days. I had to order this kit to be able to take the rods out. The exact socket for the rod bolts, it's something along the lines of a E14. It's inverted Torx or something like that. And yeah, so it's actually been a couple days. I did my best to keep the crank lubricated and covered, and now that we got finally we got the socket, we are going to complete tearing this down with the main goal of measuring the bores so we can go ahead and order some pistons. There we have it. Piston number 1. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the oil ring maybe looked like it was burning oil. So now I'm literally just gonna repeat the process for the rest of the pistons and rods, number 2, 3, and 4. So there you have it, guys. The block is bare as of now. We just gotta pull the main bearings out. I'm probably gonna pull out the oil squirters. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my trusty mic to see if I can measure this pistons. So I had to go ahead and recalibrate the mic, but we should be good now. So I think that's gonna be our measurement for the pistons. Number 1, measure at 86.9. So I just want to measure the rest of the pistons, and they were within the same measurement. I measured the holes, the cylinders, and they were around that measurement. But that's what we got so far. The block is ready. It's completely disassembled. The next step that I have for it, since we already got the measurements, we're gonna go ahead and order the pistons. I already got the rods are coming in. Go ahead and comment down below if you can guess what rods I chose to go in this block. Here we have the crankshaft, It looks really good. I kind of want to check it for straightness and stuff like that. Maybe later on. For now, we're just gonna lube it up, wrap it up. So there you have it, guys. One step closer to have this thing popping and banging and just burning all those tires right there. I want them gone. But anyhow, I don't want to bore you guys. Stick around. So there you have it, guys. That pretty much wraps up this video. We completely tear down this Junkyard K24a2. We got all our measurements. We're gonna go ahead and order the pistons. We got the rods coming, and coming soon we are the engine that came out of the Civic. The Civic, we're going to be tearing it apart, kind of diagnosing what went to it, what went wrong with it, and see what we can do about it. And I already went ahead and started peeling the fenders and some other stuff in preparation for some engine bay paint. It should be nice, guys. Stick around. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. If you got any recommendations on how you think it should be done or blah blah blah, etc., go ahead and post it down below. With that being said, peace, guys. Have a good one. See you on the next one.